After a harvest, after a prosperous season, there are still photos, for example the image of husk shaped like a boat, so romantic. This person is truly a romantic experiencer. Rice grains. Rice fields, eternal trust in romance, participation in romance, shapes, romance, romantic experience of people, the side of life is romance. Thou writes rice fields. The voiceover effect, the word rice, is repeated after the word field. The fields flutter and the rice heads at this time are heartfelt romantic experience, and it seems it praises life more than wanting to save the soul. Blessed is the life that steps, lifts the step. The rice blossoms fluttering and the rice flower prefers the life that rings in the wind, does not choose the life that lies down, because a life lying down is a life close to death. Usually, lying down, praying to save the soul, without the slightest awareness of romantic existentialism. Not clearly aware of its presence in the body, lifting a foot, lifting a step, writing rice fields. Thou sees this way of writing as not for people who are not romantic. Similar to their complaint, it's hard to understand the difficult course of life, and difficult to understand the incomprehensible life course of people. Life is not as we want it to be. Entangled in material things, unable to step up, for thou, this is difficult for thou to understand. These people should remember, writing rice fields means this life is in the footsteps. It is not located, and the fact that thou is romantic, experiences romance, others don't. Thou asked, as this meaning, thinking like this, binding. Life is complicated and cannot be relaxed. Besides, life is always there, for people who living in a dualistic world. With this category, their lives rarely enjoy romance. Romantic, thou has no other way of writing. Because romance is the thing itself, as confidence and belief, the original essence creates faith about it. Creative, lift your feet, lift your steps. Not pressured or disturbed by the category of duality. Even the thing itself is certainly romantic. The life side is romantic, certainly. Poetry literature as thou wrote. Not pressured or disturbed by the category of duality. If the interpretation is easier to understand, it is written as the original nature that it calls romantic. It has this original origin. The thing itself, this belief. If we write, it is inherently this, it is a different thing. For example, a life lying down is a life close to death, so let's ask, whose heart prefers joy? Joyful steps, lifting steps, or just wanting to lie down, lying and pray, to save the soul? For example, humanity contemplates two topics, listed below. Semicolon. First, free yourself from slavery. Mind slavery. From worries, projecting your life into romance. Free your body. Freeing your body is the top priority. Then after that, maybe. Then consider saving the soul. 2. Want to save the soul first. For example, save the soul first, then it must be good. Plus remember, the side of life, liberated life, is romance. Just like, after a picnic, after a fun party, people are left with photos. Similarly, the other person, the remaining photos. After the reunion. So the life side is people with pictures, romance. The rest of the photos, romantic, with photos, romantic minus 1032. Thousands of millions of years ago. All species evolved from single-celled organisms, meeting the body. Thou examines the body in the form of a single-celled body. From the depths of the ocean it swims to land. Imagine the image of going to land. It goes to land, with all your heart. This body feels like it just stepped on land. Thou feels like that. Earth world, the self opened its eyes. Thou opened her eyes, began to know how to see. See, romantic view, unicellular on land. Opened thou's eyes plus view. The self is unicellular and then multicellular. The self opens its eyes, gradually opens its eyes, gradually rising from land to romantic land, gradually stepping from romance to romance, gradually moving from romance to romance. Is the Dharma of all things, the humanization in thou, gradually on land. All things change, follow, according to natural selection, screening and eliminating. So, gradually open your eyes, gradually become romantic, gradually follow, for whom, in the heart of life, life follows miracles. Screening, sifting, eliminating. Natural selection means miracle. This meaning is romantic. It's romantic, and at the same time Dharma, shaping people today. For example, thou's heart gradually went aground to romantic, gradually moved from romance to romance. Drifting against the psychological current, psychology is inherently poetic.